Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, Jimba. Can you ask your friends to join? So we'll start in some minutes.
We can wait for them in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Then they will be joining soon.
Okay. Okay. We'll be starting in 4 minutes. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon to all. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, madam. Good afternoon.
Yes. So welcome to our counseling session. So I'm going to take your these 6 sessions. So I think there are 15 or 16 students. So they will join slowly. So we'll start. So we can start with sweet introductions for everyone. So it will be easy for us to interact the 6 classes. So anyone want to start or shall I?
All right, I'll start.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Jubilio Zimba, from Malawi.
Okay. Okay. So it will be really more sweet if you add from where and how you come to this social work. Little bit more. Okay. So okay, let me tell about myself. So I am Apurva Patnaik. I have completed my master's in social work from Christ, Bangalore, India. And I have completed my engineering and worked for some years in technical field. Then I left my job and worked in Skill India training program. And since 1 year, I have associated with IGNU. My journey to this social work is like some kind of, you can say that, roller coaster. So from technical field to social work journey is really very means interesting for me. So similarly, do you have any sort of experience how how you joined the social work study, or why are you so much interested to study all these things? You can tell me while introducing yourself. So
All right,
please.
okay, let me proceed from where I stopped.
Yes.
Uh, I joined social work because of my passionate to help the people that are in my community that face a lot of issues. So I started the social work to help them to come up with the solution that will help in their lives. Thank you, madam.
Yes, that's really nice. Okay. So next, who want to speak? Please. Next one. Simba? Yes? Anyone?
Hello.
Yes? Davis? Yes?
Thanks very much. My name is David Piri. I'm from Malawi,
Okay.
particularly Malawi, Lilongwe, Malawi, the capital city of Malawi.
Okay.
It's been 3 years now since I joined uh, this group. It is my passion to be a social worker. In fact, I started interacting with the community uh, when I started working in the Malawi Police Service. I'm a police officer, by the way.
Okay.
So I work in the community policing services branch. So I have since uh, interacted with the community in a way because the nature of my work, the nature of my job is to interact with the community day in day out. So I was very much inspired and very much interested to join the social work group because it's part of my work. So it's been nice ever since I joined this group. And we started on a low note, but now things are getting very much interesting. Having seen that we are halfway or so of our course, so I'm very much excited to be in the group till now. Thanks very much.
Nice, nice. Welcome, welcome. Next, anyone? Anyone want to share?
Hello, good afternoon to everyone. Good evening.
Yes, good afternoon.
Uh, my name is Anas Salisu Isa from Iru local government, Kano State, Nigeria.
Okay.
Ma, uh, I have a network issue. That's why I did not join the meeting since the beginning. I
Okay.
doesn't know what we have discussed from the beginning.
No,
Thank
no.
you.
It's just introduction going on.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. You can tell me about yourself. Little bit.
Okay, my name is Anas Salisu, as I said before. Anas Salisu Isa from Kiru local government, Kano State, Nigeria. And
Okay.
part of the students that were taken for scholarship through the external affairs of India, which we are very happy here because if not for the sake of the scholarship, I don't think that I can continue. I can continue with uh, with learning something part of education because here where we are, the situation is very hard for a person to find what to live or or thinking of to go to school. We have to hustle and find what to save our lives. So I just come across the scholarship which someone told me. I joined it and Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy on the scholarship and I wish the government of India very success and all the people of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anyone?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Ndamiwe Muntali from Malawi. Yeah, I joined social work just because I'm working in one of the organization which has got different sectors, and one of the sectors is education sector. So I'm very much responsible for all the education departments. I know social work, it works in various areas, and in my part where I'm working, I think it will really do good in the part of education, whereby the issue of counseling learners, students, and the different people, something that is going to help them. So I joined this course of social work because I know it will help a lot, either to the community and also the people that I'm working with. I think in brief, this is what I can only say. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Anyone else want to?
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Michael Simba. I'm a third year social work student studying online from Malawi. I am
Okay.
working under the one of the government department in Malawi, which is the Malawi Prison Service, under the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. So I'm passionate about social justice, community development, and advocate for the vulnerable people, especially visa inmates. So I believe that my studies will help me understand the greatest challenges that the prisoners faces, such as recidivism and the other problems that they face. And I'm particularly interested in rehabilitation of these prisoners, and especially rehabilitation programs, and how I can help to these offenders to integrate into their society. So I believe that after my education, I will contribute positively to Malawi prisons, and I'm looking forward to gain more knowledge and practical experience in this field. Thank you so much, Madam.
Thank you. So I think some more people. Anyone want to try? Or okay, Abdul Kadir.
Hello, ma.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
My name is Sani Abdul Kadir from Nigeria, Jigawa State, Nigeria. Yes, I'm working under Police Affairs,
Okay.
Force Education Unit. Yes, Police, Nigerian Police Force. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, ma.
Nice. 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 Thank you. So I can see that all you are from very diverse background. But one thing I can see that common is that the passion for that social work, which is really appreciable very much. I wish you all very best for this upcoming classes and for your all jobs, everything. So, so here means today we are going for that session, which is all you know, right? That prevention of substance abuse. You can just say yes or no, because that will be really means I feel that I am taking a class in like classroom. Okay. Am I audible and clear?
Yes, madam. You're clear. Audible.
Anything you
Yeah, you
can,
are clear.
if you have some technical issue or network issue, you can type it. Okay.
Yes, I'm typing.
So I just wanted to say that means let's take this class very interactive. Okay, this is a counseling session, so I will share some experience, and if you want, you can share. So it will be like more like fun to understand the things. Okay, so here we are going to have 6 sessions, and in that we have to cover that prevention of substance, which is 4 blocks. Though it is very short time to cover the topics, but with our interactive sessions, we can cover the main points or concepts. And this topic is like very much relevant to our surroundings, right? We can see everywhere that substance abuse, you can everywhere we can means connect. If we connect all this concept which we will learn in this counseling session to our surroundings, that will be really easy for us to understand the things. So let me know if some point or somewhere, if you are trouble in understanding my some voice or something is not clear, please let me know. Okay.
Okay, okay. Is it possible that you share your screen?
Right. I will do. Okay, so I have one PPT to share, and rest also your study material also there. We can learn from both of that. Okay, I will just share. Can you see it, my screen?
Yes.
Yes, yes, ma.
Yes,
Okay.
madam.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, we can see.
Yes, ma.
So here there are 4 blocks here. And the interesting thing is that each block is very much interconnected with the next block. So if you pay some good attention for each block's concept, so it will helpful for the following blocks. You don't have to means hard work do for that next blocks because every concept is interconnected. As I said that if we connect these things with our surroundings, like with communities, then we can with practical issues. Whenever I speak something, the concept, if you connect through the practical issues which you see everywhere, then it will be very much clear to that. So let's start. In this session, means today class, I will just give some concepts. So we will go for that next all blocks. So if you go for that before the other classes, it's good if you see that material little bit so that you can understand what I will say. You can relate to me. So block one, which is primarily focus on the basic concepts of substance and its prevalence and its consequences. So we all know that quality of life is determined by mental and physical health. Maintaining a healthy mind is possible through learning care for our health, which we receive from our homes, schools, or and societies. The substance abuse or drug addiction is a global epidemic which threatens millions of lives. Drug abuse kills thousands and impact our individuals and communities. So we know that no part of the world is drug free. So as a social worker, it is really very much important to have a comprehensive idea of this topic so that whenever we will have chance or we go in communities or interact with any individuals, we can help them, we can educate them. So having a insight of this topic is very much important. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma.
Yes, thank you. Look, I am in India and you are in Africa, but we should take class session such a way that means we feel that we are in a one classroom, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma.
ma'am.
Yeah. So can anyone say that what is substance abuse? Anything, whenever you heard that word substance, anything comes to your mind? Anything, any first word or any concept? Can anyone just tell me? Anything. if you heard the word drugs or substance, what's the first word comes to your mind? Simba or anyone?
I think substance abuse is the act
Yes.
of using substance wrongly.
Yes. Right. So substance abuse is also known for the drug abuse or addiction, refers to the harmful use of substances that leads to a adverse effect on the individual's health, relationship, and society. So according to WHO, the drug is any substance that when introduced into a living organism can alter its psychological or psychosocial state. So drug abuse is the which affect our mind, that is called psychotropic drugs, which changes our my mood behaviors. That can be either legal or illegal. Drug abuse is the improper and excessive use of drugs, often without any legitimate medical reasons. You can see that here I have written that psychotropic drugs are the substances that, when taken into the one systems, affect mental progress. That is, changes in our consciousness, cognitive behavior, moods, and emotions. So here I have mentioned some examples of drugs. That these are the commonly used, means we have heard that drugs. That is cocaine, heroin, alcohol, cannabis, brown sugar, LSD, and many more. Drugs affect our human central nervous system in different ways. Some increases our brain activities, while others slow down it and alter our perception. If you go to our history, means just we must find that both ancient cultures and society have used substances like alcohol, opium, and various psychotropic drugs for maybe that medical reason or recreational purposes or spiritual purposes. Human also that learned that brew that fermented liquids from ancient times. That after that World War I, that heroin drugs was used to treat many soldiers, but slowly they became the addicts of that. So we can see that drugs we can means based on that if their effects or based on that origin we can see so many types of drugs. According to that effects means how they changes human behavior, that is the according to that effects. Some do that increases brain activity, that is that cocaine, and some slow the brain functions, that is that alcohol or sleeping pills, and some drugs alter with our perception, that's our LSD, and some drugs behave such a way that we feel that mood alternating. So what is I have mentioned that is origins of drug: natural, semi-synthetic, synthetic, and designer. Natural drugs means they are means existing naturally, like opium and cannabis. No chemical is processed needed for this production of these drugs. The semi-synthetic drugs are they are produced in the laboratory from a natural resource. They like heroin and alcohols are they are produced with the help of some other chemicals. Synthetic drugs they are drugs which produced with the non-organic materials in the laboratories. So So these are the clarifications of the drugs. We must have to understand all this. So how these drugs changes human behavior means how it affects mind. Then here one question comes to my mind that what could be the reason behind that people are taking drugs? Anyone want to speak? What could be the reason why that people are taking drugs? Anyone
Hello,
want to
ma.
try? Yes.
I'm here. Anas Salus wants to say something. Some said that in some cases, I found someone that said that his friend advised him to start drinking alcohol so that he will cure what is disturbing him in his mind, as he said.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay. Anyone? Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
People take drugs for different reasons. Some common reasons include to feel good. Some drugs makes people feel good, relax, or existent for short time. The other one could be to escape problems. People may use drugs to forget about stress, sadness, or pain in their lives. The other one should be peer pressure. Some takes drugs because their friends do, and they want to fit in. Thank you.
Very. So you both are really means right. So drug
Hello,
abuse is yes. Yes.
hello.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, I wanted also to comment. I wanted also to comment that
Yes. Yes.
okay, apart from people people taking different types of drugs, people become addicted. You
Right.
know, when a person become addicted, then he continues taking drug until the body maybe you can say become used to the drugs. So one of the reasons why people take drugs, more especially those ones who are addicted, is because they are taking drugs now and then. Now the body becomes used to that. I think this is one of the reasons. Thank you.
Yes. Very much right. As I mentioned, that drug abuse is driven by social, psychological, and environment factors. And you both three already mentioned some of the factors, like peer pressure. The most adolescents use drugs to fit into their friends. They can't say no to their friends. So they started the drugs with that peer pressure. And curiosity. Like in youth, we have one feelings to experiment with everything. So drugs is also one there. Every youth want to experiment with that. From that, it start out of excitement. And Another thing also that ignorance, that lack of awareness about the harmful effects. We just started, as someone mentioned. And social changes. Social changes means we can see that rapid urbanization. So with the rapid urbanization, the lifestyle also changes. To cope up with that lifestyle, like some people from village comes to city, they to cope up that they they are abused with the drugs. And feeling isolated from family or society can put individuals towards the substance abuse. Though we have just pointed out very few reasons, but every individual has different reasons for its own. They have very much different reasons that why they have started the drugs. They have everyone mostly have their different own reasons. But whatever the reason might be, but the person who abused drug ended it with drug dependency. Are you getting my point, right?
Yes, ma.
Yes, yeah. So drug dependency, what is that? Drug dependency is a condition in which a person physically, psychologically, or both relies on the drugs to function normally. It results from repeated drug use that alters the brain and body function, making it difficult for the person to stop using the substance. So, this dependency is divided like two things: physical dependency and psychological. Physical dependence means when a person relies on a substance for a normal body functioning after a prolonged use. Means for the long term drug used, that body became dependent on the drug for that normal functions. Let's take one example, like a person when takes a painkiller regularly for any chronic pain, slowly over the time they need higher doses for the relief. So if they suddenly stop taking that drug, they feel they have some different type of symptoms, maybe like sweating, maybe muscles pain, or nausea or anything. This is called that physically dependency. Then what is psychological dependency? When a person mentally craves for the substance for the emotional relief or pleasure, as like some you mentioned rightly, that for that mental pleasure or some sort of relax, even their body does not need it, they that mentally their cravings happen. They the user constantly think about the drugs and feels anxious without it. That person may neglect responsibility, relationships, and hobbies, but constantly thinks about drugs every time. Like one of our example of, let's take cocaine. That cocaine users, they have always cravings for that, to use that. So drug dependency is a phase. It's a phase where the body and brain adapt to repeated drug use, which is slowly leading to a withdrawal symptom when the drug is stopped. So withdrawal symptoms means what? So drug withdrawals occurs when a person stops using the substance after a prolonged dependency. They show some symptoms, that is like feeling pain, sweating, anxiety, depressions, panic attacks, or mood swings. That is that withdrawal symptoms. So have you anyone experienced such from your surroundings? Anyone want to put some examples to this withdrawal symptoms? Anyone?
Yes, ma. I have one example. There is a
Yes.
man near my in my community that is
Yes.
a alcohol addict. The
Okay.
time that he tried to withdraw from drinking alcohol, his
Okay.
fingers started to be removing.
Right.
His fingers turned to black and
Right.
it's removing gradually but gradually. I think this is
Yes.
the symptoms that I know.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. That is withdrawal symptoms. Then here also one thing I want to add. Sorry. That another is drug tolerance. Have you heard this word by chance anywhere? Drug tolerance?
Come again, ma. You said?
Yeah, drug tolerance.
No, ma.
Okay, okay. So here that means I will just narrate one example so that you can catch that a person who is initially needs one sleeping pill, but slowly that person require three sleeping pills to fall asleep. Did you get me?
Yes, ma.
Okay. So this is called drug tolerance. That means as a person develop tolerance, they may increase the drug intake because of that physical and psychological dependency. Means some person taking from starting day some quantity and slowly that quantity increases to have that same effect. You can take the example of alcohol. If some person takes some amount from the starting day and he gets that pleasure or anything, but after some months or years, for getting that pleasure, he have to take that more amount. So that is called drug tolerance. So it is a cycle of addiction. Many people continue using drugs to avoid withdrawal symptoms because of that dependency. So it's a cycle. Means some people to avoid that withdrawal symptom, they again start means continue to consume the drugs. They fear that they can't control that pain or depression. So again they will add means continue the drugs. That is called cycle of addicts. I hope am I clear to all?
Yes, ma. You are clear. We are very clear.
Okay. So here, as I gave means narrate one example of alcohol. So let's understand how this alcohol and means affect to an individuals. It's I think it's a concept which may be known to everyone. Can you give anyone give some points that how alcohol affects to individual? Class? Because I think it's alcohol is means known to very common nowadays. So how alcohol is affecting to a person, or anything about alcohol you want to share?
Hello?
Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Uh, there are two. It can be it can be short-term effect
Okay.
like feeling drunk,
Okay.
poor judgment, loss of coordination that is in short time. Long time can get addicted, liver damage, mental health issues. Thank you.
Nice, nice. Yes. Okay, so let's understand some more insight about alcohol. So, alcohol or alcoholism is a chronic illness affecting the behavior of, and social life and the health. So, alcoholic or social drinking, they are both some, there is a concept like social drinking and alcoholism. So, alcoholic person that they experience problem in personal, social, and professional life due to that drinking. But that social drinker, that they drinks occasionally without serious consequences. So here that alcoholism divided into stages. Why these stages? Why to understand these stages, and why this is means why we'll study these stages? Because alcoholic that addiction is a progressive disease means it is not a one day, it's a progressive in nature, and it became very much worsen if it is not treated in time. So that each stage is represents a deeper level of dependency, how that person is affected in physically, mental health, and social life. So, understanding these stages will help us for the early diagnosis or intervention or treatment planning. So, recognizing each stage help us the individuals and families to take action before it end like everything, because it's not a one day, it's a long time process. A person who takes alcohol goes through like early stage, middle stage, or chronic stage. So let's understand what are the means how these stages. Did you get me why we will understand this stage? Did you get my point?
Yes, ma.
Yes, because everything has a cost. Why we are studying this? Because we have to use all this in practical. It is not only theory. We have to learn, and directly maybe tomorrow you have to use, maybe after some months. So if we understand what is the reason behind that, it will be really easy for us to go and do any sort of field work. So it's not a theory only, it's like we are if like tomorrow we come across any alcoholic person, we should means help them such a way we should understand all this concept, right?
Yes, ma.
Yes, because when I was studying my means when I was doing my masters, I means I relate everything my to my surroundings. So that becomes means it's not a theory for me, it's like practical, like I am doing treatment, so these all are practical things for me. So let's understand early stage. The early stage of alcoholism is like uh, often means it is unnoticed. Means at this point the person is just gradually developing a dependence on drug alcohol, but still they are looking like normal in their daily life. They just means they just started that alcoholism, that is the early stage. Slowly they need more and more alcohol to get that same effect. As I said earlier, means slowly they will increase that quantity to get that same effect. In this stage they have some like they will uh, constantly thinking about alcohol. There may be temporary memory loss. They become irritable or defensive when we will ask about them for that, about their drinking. And they will start drinking alone or in secretly. Like example, if I ask a person who is just in early stage that why are you drinking, they will just answer like, yeah, I'm just drinking for my fun or just normally. So this is the early stage. Then slowly the next, that is the middle stage come, where that person starts missing that his responsibility. He start arguing with family and drinking in the odd hours, means anytime he wants to drink. So he lost all his control, increase that irritability, aggression and emotions instability. So this is the middle stage. So next, last one, that chronic stage of alcoholism, which is the most severe phase, where that individual becomes completely dependent on alcohol. It's completely. In this stage, high chances of organ failure due to that overdose. Anything can happen in this stage. They will drink continuously for days, followed means every day and night, like they will drink continuously. They may get some physical damage, like maybe liver damage, maybe heart disease, or loss of cognitive. They will maybe some psychological effect, like they some feel what call that developing confusions, suspicious, means they have such feelings of suspicious and confusions. So these are the three stages when a person start alcohol. So so can anyone tell after knowing all these stage, why what the benefit of to know all these stage? If you interact some person tomorrow who is means addicted to alcohol, can you tell that that person is in which stage? Can you figure out? Okay. So here one question comes to my mind, that why a person means can't stop consuming alcohol. Why? why a person, when that person starts alcohol, why that person can stop consuming alcohol? Why? Anything comes to your mind? Why a person can't stop taking alcohol once start? Anyone?
Hello, come again, ma. Come again.
Yes, my question is, so when a person start alcohol and goes through all these stages, but why that person could not stop that alcohol? Why? What could be the reason?
Because he is addicted to taking
Okay,
of the alcohol. That's why.
yeah, addicted. And if we break down that addicted means, how that addicted? Why can't stop alcohol? You are right, addicted, but in how many aspects he is addicted? Because as a social worker, when we work with a person, we have to understand that person so deeply that we will we can help him. So my question was that why a person can't stop alcohol once start? Because as you said, the person is addicted. That means already in my last slide I have told that they have become dependency. Okay, right? Physically they are dependent, psychological they already dependent on that, and they have developed that tolerance level. I told you, right, that tolerance level.
Yes, ma. If
Yeah,
someone
that,
is totally addicted,
right.
so you in as a social worker, you are going to find a way to
Right.
change addiction
Right.
to the person that is addicted. In terms of
Yes.
someone become addicted because he lose something that he want,
Right.
and if you try in order to return the thing to him, I think it will be possible for him to change his mind. But you
Right.
cannot change him once. You will be I think you will be advertising him, or let me put it in the way that someone will understand. You will be taking him, giving him advice time to time, not once. Don't tell him that you want him to stop drinking alcohol once. It cannot be
Right.
possible. I think if person is addicted, this is the way that you follow in order to make him to be like everyone that is not an addict.
Right. Right. So, so if you understand all these days, we understood that it is a long process, that addiction is a long process. So to break down, it will take time. Okay. So here I have mentioned that target groups. So alcohol is used by large populations in worldwide, but there are some very much most vulnerable groups are street children, youth, students, workers, street children. So street children, and in our country, India, has the largest number of street children. They earn their livelihood by rag picking, shoe shining, working in small industry and shops. So that commonly that children are using the drugs that are tobacco, brown sugar, glue, paint. So they become that first group where that is very vulnerable for that addiction. And workers, because like our workers, maybe they are daily wage workers, that they're truck drivers, in that any group who is addicted in labor class, they who are going for the work, searching work, they become very much vulnerable for this alcohol addiction. Youth and students, because already we have discussed that they are very much fond of that independence, or they want for excitement, for they often go for the parties, bars, events. So that drinking is normalized, and slowly, gradually they become that addicted. And women women are very less frequently addicted, but they, because they are hidden due to that stigma. But means compared to men, women may have the lower overall rates of addiction, but they are active in that trafficking, means alcohol or drug trafficking. Social and cultural stigma make women very less likely to seek help or publicly acknowledge substance use. So their drug use often goes unnoticed. So despite of low visibility or lower usage rates overall, there is a subset of women actively participating in the drug trafficking activities, which can include transporting, selling, or distributing illicit substances. Hello?
Hello, ma.
Yes, yes. Okay. So I just stopped recording for some time. So here, uh, I will take some questions or some experience if someone want to share that how alcohol or all the things we have discussed, any experience. So or else then I will share my experience. Then we'll continue again. Well, so I will share some my experience. When I was working in Bangalore with some organization, Bosco, which is a means they work in that bus stands, railway stations. They rescue the children. Oh, and there is a child welfare committee. They bring to that there, and there some legal activities happen. Maybe then after that, that children sent to that child home or to that parents. While working with that organization, I saw that means children age between 10 to 12 or 13, 14. But when I interact with them, I felt that many of them already abused alcohol or some sort of drugs. I was astonished that how like 10, 12 years that boy and girl. Then when means after this having some sort of discussion with them, I understood that they are very poor, but with like in that community, due to that some interaction with the youth or some persons, or with maybe some parents who are using alcohols, their children are become addicted. That was really sad, but that was the practical things. So that was my experience with the children. And another experience, while I was teaching in Skill India program. Are you getting? Are you all are here, right?
Yes, ma. Go with you.
Yes. So in that means I have to teach, I have to give life skill training to that youth. Their age is 16, between 16 to 18. They are from rural village. All are from rural village. Some are completed 10th or some are yet to complete, means they are dropout youth. So I was giving them life skill training. So I was very means interact with them. There also I means I get that, like out of 10, at least 3 or 4 are somewhere in life they have tasted that alcohol or drug. So that means when gradually they will grown up, they have interest to taste more, to take for that alcohol things. So this is the practical groundwork reality in from my experience. So does anyone want to share any sort of experience? Anyone? Hello, all are there, right?
Hello,
Okay.
hello, ma. You.
Yes.
What I want to say, what I want to say is that we here in my community, or let
Okay.
me put it, uh, this course was new because in terms of my field work, I suffered before I get the person that will supervise me. In the northern part of Nigeria, there
Okay.
are 21 states, but in that 21 states, it's only 2 to 3 states that have a school that teaches social work, and one of them started last 2 years. So that makes me to suffer very, very well.
Okay.
Uh, so in terms of getting knowledge on working with the people that are interacting with this organization that deal with child abuse, I found it very difficult.
Right.
But by now, I think everything will be normal to me because I have get a supervisor to guide me and shows me where to go and work with the ones that will help me in terms of the social work. So I doesn't have enough experience because I'm not working with any organization. What
Okay.
makes me to the field work that was given to me, I visit many settings and I gain many tips that help me in the studies. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I just read some message here. Okay, good. Okay, okay. Someone has network issue. Okay, and some okay. I was Nigeria. Okay, fine. So till now, am I clear to all what we all discussed and from experience?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because uh, if that concepts are not clear, it will be more and more difficult for when we go for the next blocks, right?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Okay. And I forgot to tell that, but I am very much happy to take this class because this is my first international student class. Okay. I'm really happy to share my experience and listen from your experience.
Happy to hear from you also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. So here we will see some more. So, okay. So here okay. So already we discussed that how that some people are very much vulnerable for these alcoholic issues. And as I said, that some women are they are not means active in alcoholic direct, but they are engaged in drug trafficking. So drug trafficking, it's a very means it's a word where it is not means I don't like to hear this, but drug trafficking, what is that drug trafficking? Any idea about drug trafficking? Okay, so illegal transport of drugs across the regions and countries, which is mainly controlled by drug mafia. You heard the word, right? Drug mafia.
Yes, yes,
And
ma'am.
yeah. And that is used for, that money is used for corruption and terrorism and all that. So that is drug trafficking. So understanding all these concept means it's a large, broader concept, but this also very much important for us to understand that all the concept related to that substance. Because when we go for the intervention, it is not only like physical or psychological, it is environmental, social, all the way, or in all the aspects we have to give a treatment to an individual. So understanding all this concept is very much crucial for us. So drug trafficking, so that drug abuse, already we have discussed drug abuse. Drug abuse and drug trafficking are very much interconnected, and it goes through the supply and demand cycle. What that means, supply and demand cycle? That means as the number of addicts grows, so the demand for the illicit drugs also growing. When the addicts, when that addicted person can no longer afford any drugs, they are often forced into the drug trade, that selling or transporting drugs to sustain their addictions. Here comes with that criminal organization. They exploit vulnerable individuals, particularly the children and that low income communities, that street children and unemployed youth and marginalized groups are very much easy target for the traffickers who use them for the couriers or peddlers or distributors. Here I want to narrate that in Brazil, many street children known as that little airplanes are recruited as a drug couriers in exchange for the small payments. This cycle means that supply and demand cycle not only fuel the addiction, but it strengthens the criminal networks, which makes the drug trafficking is a global crisis. So to break that cycle, we require a strong law enforcement or education or rehabilitation programs. There is an organization, you know, that UNODC, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, which started in 1997. It is a global leader which fights against illicit drugs, illegal drugs, and international crime. You can go through that website and have any adequate knowledge how that works across the world. So we'll understand how the drug abuse and drug trafficking, what is the relationship? Because already we have understood that what is drug abuse. So the demands for drugs drives the illegal drug trade. If I want more drugs, so more drugs will come. So more addicts will become. The high, and then prices will go up, and that increases in trafficking. Did you get me right?
Yes, yes, ma.
Okay, yeah. Because if more drugs, more addiction, more drugs, and the prices will increase, and that the whole trafficking will increase. And similarly, when that addicts can't afford, that they will go for that criminal activity. It is a cycle, but there everything comes with some cost, hidden cost. So here in drug trafficking, there is a numerous hidden cost. As I mentioned, it cost with our health, family relationship, social relationship, crime, and an accident. Health, how that already we have discussed that it's hamper our physical damage and gives us mental health issues, that the addicted person goes in depressions, anxiety, and the physical damage means they have damage to that weakened immune system and liver damage, or then family relationship, due that family members, in if a person in a family is addicted, that family members experience fear, anger, shame, guilt, many things. So that affects our family relationship, which we will understand in our next units or next blocks. So here I'm just giving it some just some brief points. That social relationship means when a person is addicted, they go for that social, means they make distance themselves from their friends, colleagues, and neighbors because of that stigma. They are very much same of that, so they distance themselves from others. And crime, that already I have discussed that due to drug trafficking, the crime activity increases. And accidents. So under the influence of significantly means drugs, the person is difficult to take the judgments and made up some other accidents, can be road accident or workplace hazards. So next, the who are the main or different groups, other groups which we have already discussed for the drug trafficking? Who are the other groups could be that for the drug trafficking? Any other groups comes to your mind who could be the victim of the drug traffickings? Anyone want to share?
Like bike riders, ma. They
Right.
traffic drugs anywhere they wish because they are in access of running in any way to escape uh, from the security. Thank you.
Okay. And who has not speak till now? Want to try? Shall I repeat my question? At least try to speak so that we'll know from your side also. There is no right or wrong. Just speak whatever comes to your mind. This is a counseling session, no? So here you can see. Okay, I will just say. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we are talking about that drug trafficking groups. Here, I hear one thing that okay, yes, yeah. That here we have discussed so many so brief points. So it will be very better if you go through that materials. Just have some look. You will be more clear. Already we have discussed that how that street children and youth, they are that main groups. When means understanding that youth and street children in India, our studies indicate that rising of drug abuse among the students in school and colleges increases. Most of the young users engage in that multi-drug, or rather than this using of single drug. They may begin experiment in the high school or earlier. That with 10 to 15% using alcohol and 18 to 15% smoking that tobaccos. It's a means a study about India. Since 1986, heroin use has increased among students, while cannabis use remains significant use also. Because that these state children, they are very low income, they lives in the cities, so they become very much vulnerable for these drug traffickers. So when we will understand how that another group, that is women, how they are affected with this drug trafficking. As I told that very few women abuse drugs compared to men, but potentially due to that social stigma and on reporting, that drugs have and very much different biological effects on women. In traditional culture in Asia, are means women are very less tolerant about the drug use. If we go see that statistics, that northern eastern states in India, that 7% of reported addicts are women only. In our that capital is Delhi University, Delhi. So in that 22% of drug abusers were female only. So I'm discussing about the consequences or drug uses by women. So a caregivers or a woman face intensified stigma and risk of family, because family may restrict the pocket money. So so they go for that drug trafficking. Some women resort to borrowing money, so and misappropriating household income to sustain their habit. So engagement in the drug trafficking, peddling, or prostitution can heighten the vulnerability to the HIV infections. So HIV, we will discuss more in our next class, or today we'll just have some brief points, but everything we'll discuss in about HIV in our next class. So next we'll see how this drugs in prevalence in prisoners. In Indian, prisoners generally lack specialized facilities or program for treating substance use disorders. Many individuals in prisons either maintain their drug habit or start using drugs in prisons, often to cope up with the stress and boredom in that prisons. Even the children who are arrested for the peddling drugs are often placed with adult criminals. The number of arrests in connected to the drug abuse is steadily rising, but there is no comprehensive data on that prisons. So we just assume all these things. So in India, there is a Tihar jail. Tihar jail in our capital Delhi admits around 15 drug addicted in Delhi. Since 1993, it has introduced 5 dedicated centers for rehabilitation and important model for potential nationwide reforms. Are you there, right?
Yes, ma'am. Very true.
Okay, okay. So this all about your block one. So we have discussed how this prevail means with this we have just discussed some basic concept. So we'll prepare for our next sessions. So please try to go through the block 2 materials. Tomorrow we will understand that what that block 2 materials. So if you have time, please go through that materials. It will be easy so that you can ask questions or I can deliver more efficient. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. We will try.
Yes, yes. So another thing I want to share with you. Um, I will just narrate one case study example. Okay. Just hello. Hello.
You said, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Just say yes because I feel like no one is there. Why today there are very less students? Can anyone say? Why only 1, 2, 6, 7, 6? Why?
Maybe it's a network problem. But in every day, at least more than 15 people used to join the session.
Right.
But I don't know what makes people to join today.
Okay, 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 okay. Ask them to join for our next class.
We will, because we have a group in WhatsApp. Will
Okay.
inform so that they will be able to join the session tomorrow,
Yes,
inshallah.
yes. Please ask because we are having only 6 sessions. So rest 5 section it will like very much interesting. It will go so fast. So ask them to join. So here I will narrate one case study. Okay, please listen carefully. I will just then we'll interact with that. Okay. Okay. So that case study is that one person named Rohan, who is 19 years, living in India, who is family background is middle class, but he has substance use like alcohols and occasionally use of heroin. So Rohan started using drugs due to peer pressure and stress. He later developed a dependency on that drugs. So his academic performance declined and he started skipping college, avoiding family, and stealing money from to buy drugs. So here, can can you point out how, what are the risk factors, means why that a person Rohan started using drugs, and how, what are the consequences of that? Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Can you come again with your question?
Okay, so I will just type in that chat box, just read it and come to me. Okay. Okay, did you get? Just read it in the chat box. So my question is, did you get that?
Yes, sir. What is your question? Yes, ma. What is the
Yeah.
question?
What are, why Rohan started using drugs, or what are the risk factors for that? Why Rohan started using drugs? And what are the factors, risk factors, and future consequences? What could be the future consequences of Rohan?
As you said from the typing that you have made, Rohan started using drugs due to peer pressure and stress.
Right?
So, uh, if you want to stop Rohan from drinking alcohol, you have to know what is the exactly cause of his addiction. Since now he is using heroin, it's a very difficult thing to stop Rohan from using these substances. If the family know the exactly thing that make Rohan to start uh, using drugs, then they have to follow the way or follow the steps by giving him advice and taking him away from the stress and the pressure. If
Okay.
not, if not, if care is not taken, the family leave him. They did not care about what he is doing. He continue taking the drugs or substances. It may lead him to be a criminal because he started stealing money and to buy drugs in order to make him to feel relaxed and reduce his stress. So many problems will happen. I hope I'm clear.
Right, right, right. Yes, very much right. That here we have understood that how that with peer pressure or due to curiosity or experiments or due to academic stress and anxiety. He started, but slowly it leads to addiction. But over the time, he moved to stronger drugs like heroin, or which is leading to dependency. His family and teachers notice his behavioral changes, including that his aggression and means not interacting with that society. Okay, so this all the things we can understood from this case study. Okay, so another case study. So another case study. Amit, who is 35-year-old, is a corporate professional. Started drinking alcohol occasionally at office and parties. Over the time, he began drinking daily to cope with work stress and personal issues. His family noticed behavioral changes, including irritability, neglecting responsibility, and increased that secrecy. So here we can see that in this case that person is addicted. So can anyone tell me that what are the stages and what are the means what symptoms he shows? Like already we have discussed the stages, right? We have discussed the alcohol stages. Hello.
Yes, we have.
So from this case study, can anyone say that what could be that signs of early stage, middle stage, or chronic stage from this case study? Just think, if you tomorrow if you interact a person called Amit and he has all these symptoms, so can you say that what is the early stage symptoms or middle stage symptoms or chronic stage symptoms? Just try, no problem, no problem. I'm there to help you, to guide you. Just try whatever comes to your mind. If you just read and just tell me whatever comes to your mind. How to deal means with this alcoholic person. What are the symptoms of this alcoholic person? In which stage this alcoholic person is?
According to my understanding, I think it's a middle stage.
Okay. Middle stage means okay. And anyone? Okay. So, early stage where that person start experimenting or started the social drinking. So, how Amit started drinking occasionally. So, here I would just want to say that a person could be in early stage or in middle stage or in advanced stage. So, here Amit started alcohol occasionally and so at social gathering. That is the early stage, but that time he didn't feel that dependent, but slowly gradually he comes to that middle stage where he started drinking alone and justifying that it is a stress relief. I'm just drinking to relieve, stay for stress relief. But in that stage, he experienced mild withdrawal symptoms, but he ignored that. So due to that, slowly that stages that became that chronic, that advanced stage, where that person is fully dependent and loss of control. So Amit could not function without alcohol. His work performance declined, he missed deadlines, and he had multiple verbal warning from his employer. So it is not necessary that problem a person should go through every stage, or it is different for every persons. While interacting with a person, we have to means have a non-judgmental view, so that we can understand that addicted person, that in which stage that person is going through. Then how this intervention and all these things to the treatment, it will be discussed in our further classes. So we'll take I think only 8 students are there, so I will take some questions from this class. So for today, this much we will discuss. So is my class clear to you?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear. It's clear and understandable.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So for tomorrow, just have some concept about how a person, individual, or and a family affects.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yes, we'll discuss all these things tomorrow. Just have a just little knowledge about how that means drugs or affect individual. Overall knowledge. So we'll discuss deeply.
So tomorrow, as you are putting it, if we go by blocks and units, where are we, and where are we concentrating tomorrow?
Right. So we'll be go by blocks. So today I have discussed the some main points of block one, and some are left which we will cover up in our next class. So tomorrow we'll please have a look on the block two, mostly that unit one and unit two, so that we will discuss tomorrow. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So your IGNO material has very comprehensive idea, means concept. If you can't go through all the points, but go through at least that questionnaire, so that you can answer. Means after reading that questions, you can try to get answer from that materials. That will be easy. Whenever you come means any concept, please try to have that why and what is the useful of that. Whenever you understand any concept, just keep in mind that why and what will be the uses in practical, what will be the implications in our practical field, how I will implement that concept. So you don't have to means remember anything, it will come spontaneously to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Because we are not studying no for only exams. We will work with our communities, as you all described in your introduction, that you are very much passionate and you are from different backgrounds. Already some are working and some try to relate the concept every means from your surroundings, try to relate. That will really means help you to become a means communities worker or any work within any field. So here I want to ask that why this study that prevalence in substance use, why this, how, what is the relevance in the today's world? Just a question. How this is relevant in our today's world? Is this a global problem? Do you think?
Yes, very much. This is a global problem. It's everywhere and it's in every community around us.
Right. Because as a social worker, we have some ethics and we want to work in society in a many types of settings are there. Means that social worker could be work in clinical settings, in policy framing with individuals, or everywhere, like we social worker we can work. So when when we'll get chance to work with in HIV or drug abuse in settings, there we need very much understanding about the this type of concepts, because we don't have time there. We have, when we'll do the conversation with an individual or do the counseling, everything like come to our mind, because our each sentence and each word matters a lot, right? Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello,
Yes,
ma. Yeah, listen.
yes. So, in my counseling sessions, I will be interacting with you as today, and I will be giving you some case studies. So please read that and try to use that case studies, and whatever concept we have understood, try to at least use that in this case study. Okay, that,
Okay, ma.
Okay.
because
Oh, okay, ma'am.
yes,
Yeah, I wanted to say something about the use of the drugs in the world.
yes, please.
The issue of the unemployment, which has triggered many countries, I think is one of the issues that is resulting to most of the youth who have nothing to do coming into position of taking different types of drugs. You know, sometimes when they take drugs, I think they forget all the problems about employment and whatever. It's something that, as social workers, it's something that we need to sit down and look at. What is it that we can be doing to support this type of youth? Some of them, because of the addiction of the drugs, and they forget themselves, they forget them whatever they are doing. Some they even commit suicide. So the issue about uh, drugs is something really very important that we really need to discuss more and find some solutions to our youth in the world. this is what something that I wanted also to comment that is happening. Thank you, Ma.
Yes, yes, very means rightly said, and crucial topic that unemployment, how that linked with drugs abuse and what we can do with this, right? We will. We have so many points for in our next class to discuss. We'll understand, yeah. Here today just I want to say that understanding that an unemployment, why uh, a person is unemployed, is it his responsibility, or is it that society responsibility, or that community, or that state, nation? Who is the first? We have to understand that who is the main, what is the main cause of that unemployment. Then only we can do some sort of intervention, like if some person, if that is in society level or in state level or in country level, the intervention will be different. If that person is unemployable due to his lack of like laziness, or he don't have any skills, so that intervention will be different. Okay.
Yes, Ma.
Okay, we will understood all this concept that how and that intervention and what we can do as a social worker for this issue, that where people are abused with drugs, mostly the unemployed people, and mostly unemployed means it's the youth who are between 18 to 35, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes. So there are so many programs where as a social worker we can help them or we can educate them. So first we have to understood that what is the cause of unemployment in that, what is the label for that unemployment, because with children unemployment is different, and with that youth that is different. If it is in society level, we have to work with policies or some we have to educate them, or we have to get information where that employability can be generated with a nearby some industry, or we can link them, we can get the information about that unemployability, and for that timing we can means tell them that what are the other possibility not to use the drugs, because the why this all the psychological things, right? Because means I am unemployable, so what I will do, all these psychological things is leads to drug abuse, right?
Yes.
So that's the thing, we have to understand the psychological aspect of an individual, that we will discuss in next class, that how these psychological things affects the individual, so that he is unable to face anything, like he could be, that could be unemployment, or that could be any family trauma or anything. So we have to understand that psychological aspect on, and the practical, that is practically there is no job, or there is a possibility of job, or with how that if there is a job, then how to means bridge that gap, that through the skill training or something. Okay, right? Am I making some sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so as we go deeply to every concept, the questions in our mind will be clear. And very nice you asked question, because if you ask question, then only the concept will be clear to us, and we will be able to do our work, right?
Yes, ma.
Okay. So tomorrow, please have a knowledge on that, how that individual and family is affected, and we'll discuss on that. So thank you for today's counseling session and a very interactive session. Hope I clear some concepts to you. Right?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, class.
Yes, yes.
See you tomorrow.
Thank
Have
you,
a
ma.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.